everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's Shantae from Simply Shantae's Plans. Hard to believe that we're at the tail end of 2024, but we are, and with that comes our plans for 2025. So in today's video, I'm very excited to share some of the new releases from Makselife planner that are going to be available on October 22nd of this year. But if you're in Club Moxie, they'll be available on October 21st. Now, I'm going to walk through many things from this launch as a part of the Makselife review crew. But if you'd like to see more, the team over at Makselife will be going live on October 17th, which is today, for you to answer any more questions and to see the product some more. Of course, I'm also available after this video. If you comment, message me in my DMs on any social media platform, I'm happy to help out. So with all that being said, let's get started. I'm very excited. I have a ton of product in front of me, and I even brought some things from 2024 to help us compare. So let's just dive right in. This is my 2024 planner that I've been using. She's well loved, but there are some upgrades from this planner to the 2025 versions. So I'm gonna start with the planners and then I'll get into the accessories and everything else. I have both the horizontal and the vertical 2025 version this year to show you. They come in these beautiful storage boxes. They're nice protection. And as you can see, these planners are thick. I did want to note that I'm not using any fancy lights or anything like that. I'm literally in my kitchen and this is the natural light, so you can get a feel for what the covers look like in real time. Some logistics about these planners is that they are the 7x9 size. This is a standard coil. These planners are going to be $78, which I think is pretty consistent from the last year. And the biggest change this year is the actual cover. So all of the covers are interchangeable, which means they can come on and off, but they're also reversible, which means one cover is actually two different covers. So you could use this side or you could use this side. The planners are gonna come standard with a ruler that's outfitted with the kind of signature of Makselife, which is this compass wheel here. I will show you that a little bit later, a little bit more closer detail. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of trouble here, but it's not terribly difficult. It's actually more user error than anything else right now. They are a little stiff though. I'm not gonna lie about that. So anyway, this first cover that I have here is called Floral. It's really pretty, beautiful design. It was hand painted and then made into a cover. And so this is the front. It's got some beautiful strawberry detailing, some flowers. On the back here, you can see it's a continuation of that. And then you also have the Makselife emblem down here at the bottom. The inside cover I kind of showed already, but it is this really pretty neutral, which I personally really love. So this is one of the new covers from 2025. I also grabbed this cover. This one is going to be called Dream Big, and actually I like this cover way more than I thought I was going to. I originally selected it from the website because I thought it was super neutral and kind of plain, which again, in a season of chaos, that's what I'm looking for. But it's actually really pretty. I really like it. It says Dream Big and Start Small. And then the inside cover is this like peach. Let's get rid of that ruler too. This peach color here, and it's actually a little bit orange in my opinion, but it's really, really simple, understated, and I really love it. And then this is the vertical edition of the planner that we'll get to in just a second. I'm gonna go over some other interchangeable covers that I also picked up just for your information. The interchangeable covers are $22 each, so you'll get one option when you order the planner, so that's really like 2 covers in one. But if you want to purchase additional, which I'm going to show some right now, those are going to be $22 each. So these 2 are from the 2025 collection. Also from the 2025 collection is this one. This one is called Spring Meadow. And I'm going to take it out of the plastic. So this one is called Spring Meadow. It's this green floral on one side, and then on the other side, it's this really pretty light blue with, again, florals. I picked this one originally for the inside cover. I don't care for this one as much. That's just a personal feeling. I think it would have been really cool if they would have swapped the colors. So if the cream was like here and the green was here, but it's okay. I liked it for this side, and I'll probably be using this one in the spring. So that's one option. That's a new cover for 2025. This one is the OG Makselife cover from 2020, but it's in a new colorway. Originally, it was in a yellow and a light blue. And when I saw it in green, I just like screamed, oh my gosh. I wish you guys could have been with me when I saw it, because I was going crazy because I love it so much. And so I had to pick it up. This one is actually called Secret Garden Green. And then the inside is like a chevron blue. This is navy blue, I should say. And again, love this cover. Brings me back. Some other covers that are from the past that made a comeback is my second favorite that I got. And this one was another artist cover. This one is Blackberry Fields, I believe. And I was so excited to see Blackberry Fields also make a return, because when this one was released, I forget which year, I ended up choosing a different cover, and I regretted it the entire year. So I was so excited to see Blackberry Fields make a comeback, because it's floral, my favorite, and also it's my favorite color, purple, and I just think it's so pretty. And then the inside is super neutral, and I love the purple little emblem here, so I know that I won't get sick of this one either. Does anybody else do that? Do they ever get sick of your covers like halfway through the year and then you're like, I need something else? This is going to be great for that. These reversible covers and also interchangeable. I picked up another super neutral one from years past. This one is called Chevron. And it's one-sided, has these beautiful polka dots here. This is actually the back. One side has these beautiful polka dots. Kind of reminds me of 101 Dalmatians. And the inside is chevron, and it has just the small Makselife gratitude heart there. And then the last cover I selected was Secret Garden, but in yellow, because I really, really liked it the first time around. And I had kept it, but it was on a different binding, and so I don't have any punches for that binding. And I don't use any other planners with that binding, so I ended up tossing it this last year, unfortunately. But I do have it now in yellow again. So Secret Garden yellow, this is a throwback to the first Makselife planner. It's the same as the green, just different colors. And then the inside is a little different. This one does have some text. It says, "Keep shining, beautiful soul," which I think is really pretty. There are several other covers to choose from. These are just the ones that I selected. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 covers, but really if you think about it, it's 14 since they're all reversible. And again, these are going to be $22 each, and then one will come with the planner that you choose. So this is one huge change to Makselife this year, a very exciting change, and one that I think many people were asking for. I also know it's a change that Sierra and the team were considering for a very, very long time. I actually beta tested an interchangeable cover earlier this year, and when I tell you that these covers are a lot better than the ones we originally beta tested, I meant it. Which leads me to the next thing, which is the quality of the cover. I've had a lot of people ask, and one of my own initial questions too was, what is the cover like? Is it gonna hold up? Is it easy to change in and out? Is it thick? All of those things. If you thought about that, you're not alone. I also thought about that. So I'm just gonna share a little bit about this one in front of me, and then all of the covers are made out of the same materials, so what I'm saying should be true for all of them. First things first is the cover is pretty thick. If you can see, there's the cover and then like a black line in between, and then the second cover, it's thick. It's bendy, but not super flexible. I don't know what material this is. It doesn't feel like cardboard. It's not plastic like some other interchangeable covers you may have experienced in the past, but it's thick. Also the prongs right here next to where they clip into the coil, they seem to be really reinforced and thick compared to some other planner brands that I have, and even compared to this Makselife cover here. You can see that this bad boy is well loved, and it's starting to bend a little bit, and it's like broken right here. I don't foresee that being as big of an issue with this planner, the 2025 version, because the material is very different. This is thinner, it's not as flexible, it's more cardboard like, and this one just is a different vibe altogether. So I do feel like these are going to be pretty durable for the year. And I like to use a lot of stickers. Just quick flip, you can see that there's a lot of stickers in here. And so I'm anticipating that this will chunk up a bit, but I do still feel like, given the material, it's a little soft. I don't know how to describe it in other words. I should look up some adjectives, but it does feel really nice to the touch too. As far as taking it on and off, it's a little bit stiffer than some other covers I have, but not that hard still. I do need a little bit of force to put it back on, and that's okay. I think that is reassuring to me, because then I know it won't just pop off, which I have had issues with other planners. I really like these covers. I think they're a huge upgrade. One thing that I noticed right away when I was kind of playing with the planner on FaceTime with one of my friends who also was on the review crew is that, I mean, obviously, because this cover is not permanent, but there isn't a strap on it. And I personally do use the strap oftentimes because I will keep like loose pages in here sometimes, things I want to add in later, or just things I need to hold on to. And so I like the strap. It makes me feel like they are safe and sound, but there isn't a strap on this one. Not a huge deal. You can buy straps from anywhere to put on to do that, but that was just one change that I noticed right away, because this strap is something that I do use. You might have also noticed as I'm flipping around that it's a little stiff at first, but it loosens up pretty quickly on the coil and does fold on itself super easily. Like, I'm actually not concerned about that at all. These planners are pretty much straight out of the box and they're brand new. So don't get worried about that if you see me struggling a little bit. I anticipate that to change as time goes on. I had that same thing happen with the 2024 version. It was a little hard for me at first, and now it's super fragile, mobile. Okay, some other big thing about the planner that is different is the coil. I don't know how well you can tell here, but the coil on the 2025 planner is so much bigger than the coil on the 2024. And as someone who again uses tons of stickers, likes to tape stuff in my planner, I'm pretty excited about this coil change. This also helps, in my opinion, the cover stay on, and also helps it flip over the coil pretty easily. So this is a bigger coil. In my opinion, it does make the planner a little heftier, like when I'm holding it. So that's something to consider. So those are kind of some external changes. Again, the interchangeable and reversible covers, the no strap on the back, the smaller Makselife emblem. If you notice on the 2024, we have this huge box on the back, but all of the Makselife covers this year have the smaller circle. So cute. I really like it. And then the coil. So I'll be interested to see how this cover or whichever one I use holds up. I also anticipate them holding up a little bit because better than my 2024 is because I do plan on switching them out, so it won't be the same planner cover all year, which I think will save a little bit on the prongs as well. I don't think that's a requisite for the planner holding up. I just think like that's an added layer of my own user experience. So let's actually get into the planner. I'm gonna flip back to my 2024 just so we can compare again. The first page is very similar to years past, and with the vertical and the horizontal, all of the pre-work, all of the goal setting pages, all of the pages in between the actual individual weeks will be the same. The only thing that's going to be different is the actual weekly page, and I'll show you the difference when we get there. But for now, I'm just going to use one book. It's easier to handle, so I can show you what's going on. So you're going to have your title page. It doesn't have a tab on it, and then you also get a welcome guide, which is kind of just telling you about the planner, a note from Sierra, who is the founder. It gives you a little information about Moxie. I do like to read this page every year just to reinvigorate myself and get excited about goal setting again, but it's probably similar to years past. I haven't read it yet. The next page in the 2025 version is this sort of pre-planning page for 2025. You have a small monthly calendar for each month and then some lines underneath where you could write some important dates. This is actually a change. In 2024, there wasn't that page. It went from the title page and the welcome letter straight into getting started on the goal setting. So this is new. And this is where the first tab is. And then we get right into the goal setting. These pages are also really helpful. Even if you're a seasoned goal setter, I do enjoy reading these because they give me some inspiration and some reminders as I'm setting goals for myself. And then we move into the compass assessment. And in 2024, that was also the case. The compass assessment right after. So you have the compass assessment, you have the actual scoring guide, and then after that, you get into your intentions page. And this is, again, just pre-work, setting you up for the next year. You have your intentions page, which I'm not gonna sit here and read through with you, but then you also have some information about getting ready to set your goals. So what I like about Makselife that is consistent year after year is that they really give you a step-by-step guide without being a boss and telling you exactly what to do. So it's kind of like a roadmap, but you get to choose your own adventure at the same time. And I love that about Makselife because they give you the tools, they give you the information, and then you get to interpret that how you want. And that is one reason I've been so consistent in Makselife. So this is what they're doing here. They're giving you the information, how to write goals, different types of goals to set, and you are able to do what you need with that. So you have sections for annual goals, monthly goals, and then your weekly actions. All of this information is specific to the Makselife program. So if you are new, I would definitely recommend reading through this. There's tons of tips throughout. Here's one. But this really just gives you a guide of how to use this specific system. And then after that, you get a place to kind of brainstorm or map your ideas for the year, what you want your goals to be. And this, you can do whatever you want with it. Last year, I left it blank because I did it on my iPad, and I just never got around to putting it on paper. But get messy here, dream big. That's my advice. And then we move into the annual goals. Not much change on this page from last year, because again, I did mine on my iPad, so don't come for me that they're blank. But they are dot grid, and they give you a little space for each area. And what I like about it is it gives you this prompt of how will my life improve by reaching these goals. And I think for me, that question is really key, because I can be one to put stuff down just to check it off. But if I want to be intentional, which I do, this question kind of gives me pause to think like, am I writing this down because I think it'll make me feel good, because I think I should, or is it actually going to have some real impact in my life? And that's another thing I love about Makselife system. If you haven't used it before, it really gives you the opportunity to think about what impact will this have on my life. So you have 2 pages of that because there's 8 different goal areas. And I'm just going to keep trucking along. And the 2024 also, again, did my vision board on my iPad last year, so it's blank. But then you have 2 pages for vision board, which these appear to be very similar from last year. And this is a canvas for you to dream about your 2025. What does it look like? What do you want? What are you going to manifest? What are your affirmations? All of that can go here. And I love that this is in the front of the planner and it can be easily referred to throughout. And then we have a new page. Before you get to the monthly section, last year we had this page that says goal setting quick tips. And this year you have something called your idea garden. And the prompt says use this space to plant any ideas you have for future goals and projects. And I think this is a really great idea and a really great space to think of like your later list. The way I intend to use this page actually is to kind of come back to it throughout the year. I don't anticipate a lot of use in the beginning of the year because I just set my annual goals, but I'm notorious for dreaming big randomly. So it could be August. Actually, it is this past August, I did think of a brand new goal that I want to work on, but I haven't really fleshed it out and it's just in my mind. This is a great place to dump that to prepare for 2026. So I'm going to be referring to this page throughout the year. I'm not sure if that's how Sierra intends to use it, but that's how I'm going to use it, is using it as a playground or a garden, if you will, for the things that come up throughout the year. My goals almost always change from January to December, so this is also a place to play with that as well. And again, this is a new page. I'm really excited about it. I think it's really special. Another place for you to customize the planner. If you don't want to use the idea garden, just cover that up with a sticker or a picture or something and use this for something else. That kind of wraps up the pre-planning or initial goal setting phase, and we're actually moving into the planner for the year. So you have your tabs on the side. Great tabs. They feel the same as last year. They are pretty durable. September's missing because I ripped it out. That's a different story, but they are holding up pretty well, and these feel the exact same, so no questions there. You have a pretty blank neutral cover sheet, and then you have the monthly view. This is a very standard page. There is no change here. The boxes are, I don't know how to do this. The boxes are like 1 inch. Don't ever ask me to measure anything by 1 inch. So they're standard across. So your sticker kits are gonna fit. In here, they do have the small calendar down here, a quote at the top, notes section, and they are Sunday start. That's the only option. There isn't an option for Monday start, but you could redate it if you want, if that was really important to you. The holidays are embedded into the monthly spread, so you don't have to write those in or look at another page for those. And that's pretty standard. I don't have much to say here. It hasn't changed from years past, and it's very neutral, very clean looking, things that I really liked. After the monthly view, you get to the actual goal pages, and I'm going to December because I haven't written on these yet. Well, kind of, but you get to the actual goal pages. So the way Makselife works is that you make your annual goals and then you break those down into monthly goals, and then you break those monthly goals down into weekly actions. And so each week you're taking steps towards your annual goals. So you set your annual goals. Now each month you have this opportunity to write your monthly goals. Something I also like to do that they have added, which I'll talk about in a little while, is I also like to break mine down into quarterly goals, and there isn't a spot in that for that in the planner, but there is something new this year that I'll show you later that kind of talks about that. After the goal page, you get into your first week. And so here's the kind of cadence that it follows. It follows monthly goals, weeks. Your weeks are set up with a reflection page, a weekly actions page, and then your actual weekly overview before that repeats for the duration of the month. This page is different than last year. So let me show you 2024. 2024's is pretty blank. They do have your coaching tip at the bottom, and then they have the prompts on the top. This year, there is a difference. So you have not only your coaching tip, but a journal prompt and an affirmation for that week. On the left side, you also have some areas to remind you of what to reflect on. So your wins, what's working, what's not working, what lessons you learned, or any adjustments you need to make. That's also here on the top in the 2024, but on the side, it's kind of hard to see. Let me bring it a little closer, but it shows you can see that there's like space for that here. So you could either put all your wins in this space, and there's some darker dots on the dot grid to kind of outline where you should write that. This just gives the page a little bit more structure. And if you don't use stickers, if you don't use sticker kits, if you're new to Makselife system, I think this is great. For me personally, I'm probably not going to use it as intended. I wish this was a little smaller because I actually do use the full page for journaling for the week, for writing these things, but I just like to have it a little bit more open. But I do feel like this added structure would be nice for those who are a little less comfortable in the system, or who need more structure, or who don't want to use a ton of stickers or decorative elements. It's nice. So then here you write your weekly actions, and this is the things that you're going to do to break down your monthly goal to help you keep moving forward. After that, you get into the weekly view. This is the vertical edition. So you have Monday through Thursday on one side, Friday through Sunday on the other. You have a small note section here, a habit tracker. At the bottom, you have this sectioned off area for whatever you want. Again, just very much, I keep saying this, but choose your own adventure. That is that layout page. I'm also going to show you the horizontal version, just so you can get an idea of what each one looks like. Again, all these front pages are the exact same. The cadence of the pages is the exact same. The only difference is here is the layout for horizontal. So now you have Monday through Thursday on the left, same as vertical, Monday through Thursday, and then Friday through Sunday on the right with some notes, and then your habit tracker. They have the same number of habits, so that's no different. It's just the way that the page is oriented that works better for your brain. And then instead of having the box section down here, you actually have it on the side. The only difference is that the small compass is on the actual horizontal page versus the box, which is a little bit different here. Both planners equally neutral, equally sleek and chic. You just have to decide which orientation works better for your brain. Okay, so setting that one back aside, once the week is done, you go right into the next week with your reflection page, your weekly actions, your layout, and this just repeats itself throughout the month. At the end of the month, you have a monthly reflections page, and this page is similar to years past as well, where you talk about your wins, what's working, what's not working, what you learned, adjustments, what are you grateful for, what you want to nurture, the area of the goal area you want to focus on, and then you also get to rate your month, which is always kind of fun. So I'm actually going to skip to the end of March because I want to show you what the end of a quarter looks like, because the rest of it is the same. So at the end of March, it's the end of quarter one, and you have your monthly reflection, same as every other month. But then you go to your quarterly compass assessment. And this is an opportunity for you to revisit your goals and your progress. It also just uses information compared to your baseline. It's not attached with anything good or bad. And it just lets you know how you should move forward. And then at the end of that, there's just this lined notes section, notes page, and you can use this for journaling, you can use this for nothing, you can use this for pictures. What I'm actually going to be doing this year is using this to plan out my ideal week, which I will show in a video where I set up my planner. So that repeats itself all the way through December, which is crazy. And then at the end of December, you have your quarterly assessment again, your lined sheet for whatever you want. And then you have this tab called Extras. And in the Extras, you have that same planning page for 2026 that we saw on the front. It's just for the next year instead of 2025. Love this page. You have some lined notes pages for whatever you possibly want. And then you get a folder, and this folder is so cute. It has the Makselife compass wheel. It is double-sided, and it's right in the planner. This is a great addition. And then you have some Makselife stickers. These are to help you decorate whatever you want them for. That is the ins and outs of the actual planner goal system. It's very comprehensive, it's very supportive, but at the same time, all your own. I just love that aspect of the Makselife system. This is a really, really great planner. So, any questions about the actual planner, what fits in there, how to use it, let me know, and I can get back to you on that. But this is just a quick overview of what it looks like, and there's several videos out there to talk about how to implement the system, and I can also help with that too. But right now we're gonna move on. All right, with the purchase of a planner, you are going to receive this 2024 year-end reflection. It's embossed here. I don't know if you can see it super well, but it says 2024 reflections. And this is something that Sarah started adding a couple years ago. It's 12 pages, 24 sheets to help you close out the year and kind of shift into getting started for the next year. So you have a compass assessment here to just review 2024. You can do it as a whole. Then you have some prompts to think about how 2024 went. What happened for you? What are you excited about for 2025? You have an opportunity to write down any wins that you had, some highlights to celebrate, challenges that happened in 2024. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. Growth and gratitude. working and not working, the impact you want to have, the adjustments you want to make, a letter to yourself, and then opportunities to bring them. So this is $10. You can purchase it separately also, but if you buy the planner while supplies last, they will include this. New they're also doing this year is adding a little charm. So this is the compass wheel. This is super cute. You can add it to your planner or keep it as a keepsake. If you're familiar with the Makselife system, you may have heard about the quarterly notebooks and you're like, what happened to those? The quarterly notebooks are still here from last year. This is my set that I purchased last year. I didn't end up using, but it came with this, and then I also purchased this folio last year, and this is actually the goal setting system without the weeks. So it's just your monthlies and your weekly actions, and this is perfect if the whole planner is not something you need. But these are still available on the website. It's the same as last year, no changes, as well as these folios from last year, same, no changes. So I just pulled these out just to share that they're still around for you to use, but they aren't going to be making any changes to this year. Also, these A5 planners and the coiled daily planners that were released this year also still around. This is a weekly one. Those are on the website still for purchase as well. This is a daily version. I just pulled these out just to show you that they're still here. Okay, let's move on into these annual and quarterly goal kits. This is something brand new for this year. The annual goals toolkit is kind of like life coaching designed workshop sheets. They're supposed to support you in setting your annual goals and actually planning that out, because if you've never done it before, it can feel overwhelming. So what you have are 18 different sheets, and I'm just going to kind of go through the sheets right now. You have this first one here. It is January through April, and it just has all the days of the week, but it actually unfolds and it has all the months. This is called a perpetual calendar, and this is really cool. Like, it's nothing on the back, but this is really cool. You can see the entire year at one glance, and there is a line per day. So whether you put birthdays in here, whether you put holidays, vacation, days off, school, whatever you have to do, this is great. Actually, I just thought about what I'm going to do with this, and I think I'm going to put dinners on here because, one, I always forget what I make for dinner, and then I'm like, I don't know what to eat. And two, I tend to get into this habit of eating the same thing over and over again, and it would be cool for me to see over the year what I made for dinner. So I think that's what I'm going to do with it, but you do what you want. The next page is the quick tips. So this is reminiscent of that page that was taken out of the planner. You can get it here. And then you have some prompting. So these sheets are actually, I don't even think they're A5 really. They're a little smaller than A5. I have an A5 notebook right here. So you could even, look, could like tape these in. Wowza. Okay, cool. I don't know why I said that. That's weird. But anyway, you could like tape those into a dot grid notebook. This one is what are your values? And it gives you a prompt of where to find your values. Routines, AM and PM routine, ideal, obviously. Then you get a compass worksheet for each area of life. So I'm just going to show you personal first. And this is your current score on the compass assessment, what you want your score to be, and then some brainstorming. There's a prompt here. And then from your brainstorming, what are 1 to 3 ideas that will have a big impact on your life? So they have that for each area of life. So that's going to be the next 8 sheets. I'm just flipping through quickly. And then after that, you have powerful questions for your goals. So actually, if I'm working on this, I would hold the goal area next to the question. And that will help you kind of boil down to what is important to you, what is needed for you, and how you can shape your goals. So this is the annual one, and it's designed to help you set your goals for 2025. And then you also have these postcards here that say my word of the year is, which is part of the Makselife goal setting system. It's a thicker sheet. I'm guessing you could hang this somewhere where it's visible. And then you also have your personal mission statement, which is something that if you're in Club Moxie, we worked on this in the past, and this is just something for you to ground in as you're going through life about what is your purpose, what do you want out of life, what do you stand for. So that's the annual goals. They do, like I say, fit into this standard A5 dot grid notebook from Makselife, and they fit in there. I also believe, let me get this stuff out of the way. I also believe it would fit nicely on, like, let's see, you could like stick them here. There's too many pages actually to like stick the whole annual toolkit ahead of time, but maybe if you wanted to, if you did it on here, you could just paste the actual, a lot of page flipping right now, sorry guys, but you could just like paste it here, or paste this here, you know. You don't maybe not need the whole thing, but you could cut and whatever. That's an idea, but they will fit in the planner as well if you wanted to take them in. So we looked at the annual goal toolkit, and this one's quarterly. It's kind of what I was talking about earlier when I was saying that if the annual goals is too much and the monthly goals is too little, and you're like me and you need another checkpoint, then this quarterly goal toolkit is for you. The outside of the sheet says they are life coach designed worksheets to support you in reviewing, revising, and celebrating your goals each quarter. Like the annual goal toolkit, this one is going to be $16, and you'll actually need 4 of these throughout the year. This is just enough for 1 quarter. And it starts with this first sheet is a reset checklist. Okay. Then you have your quarterly intentions. This is very similar to what you would do for the full year. Your goals for each goal area. This is another one of those sheets that is like foldable. Okay. And your quarterly reflection. There's some great prompts on here. In my opinion, I probably wouldn't have enough room to actually answer these questions on here. But again, knowing that I can stick it into an A5 book, I could easily put this in and then reflect next to it. Then there is a monthly tracker here for each of the months of your quarter. This is kind of interesting. It's not exactly how my brain works, but I understand it. But this probably wouldn't be as helpful for me, honestly. And then another monthly tracker. And the third one for the last month of the quarter. Then here you have a monthly recap for each month. These would be great if you're using the companion notebooks, because you have to change, you know, the book anyway. Like the book is 1 quarter, so this would be great to kind of pair with that. Then you have your ideal week, which is something that I do quarterly. Sierra has a free printable of this on her website. And this is just to map out what you want your week to look like. I do this quarterly because my life changes so frequently, especially with my job. So this is great. And then you have wins and highlights. And it looks like you have one for each month of the quarter. gratitude for each month of the quarter. Oh wait, did I do that right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you have more. 4. Cool. Then you have your yes and no list, so what you're saying no to, what you're saying yes to, and your seasonal bucket list. So this is really cool to help you kind of take those larger annual goals and chunk them just a little bit more. Like I said, I think this would really complement the companion notebooks nicely if you are using that system. And then this is $16 and you'll need 4 of these throughout the year. And I think they are wonderful options if you're looking for a little bit more guidance when doing your goal setting. If you have the rainbow line notebook set from Makselife there, where there's a notebook for each color, these are gonna work perfect because they have the pages are specific to each goal area, so you can just pop them into each one. Love that. So the next thing I want to talk about is this accessory caddy, and I love this thing. I've been using it since the day I got it. It is $45, but I think it's really worth the value. It's the signature Makselife gray. It has this beautiful compass wheel, kind of signature of Makselife. This brown handle, it's like leatherish, and then a Makselife embossing here, and then another thing here. I'm going to show you what this is for in a second because I had to have my planner friend tell me, because I was like, what the heck is this? But I have been using this since I got it, so there's a ton of stuff in here. I'm going to show you with stuff in it so you can get an idea. However, just know that all of the things that are in here come separately, and you do have to purchase them separately, so including this Makselife washi tape. So first things first, unsnap it, and you can, there's also Velcro, and so you can flip it over, and this is where this button comes into play. If you want it to stay open, button that from the back, and then it will just sit open like so. In here I do have my Makselife dot markers. I did try to put the Makselife dot markers in their container, but it was too tall for to close. But if you're going to leave it open and you want to leave them in the container, that's completely fine. It does close when the markers are not in their container, however. I also have some glue tape. I have my Makselife gel pens in here, some Makselife sticky notes, some more Makselife sticky notes. Here are my Makselife highlighters. They do fit in their container. The Moxie markers fit perfect. Then I have just like a random pen and some more glue tape because, like I said, I like to glue my pages together. I'm going to take these out just for a second so you can see all the different, wow. So you can see all the different pockets in here. You can see there's a big pocket in the back. Oh, I had stuff in there. I took everything out so you can see the pockets inside. One thing I don't quite understand is, like, you can unvelcro these, but then they don't come out, so they just kind of like lay there. I'd rather they came out, but I'm just not gonna ever unvelcro them. But there are 2 pocket holders here. There's a large pocket in the back, and then these 2 sides, as well as these pockets up here. The pocket in the back, I was able to fit in the Reflections notebook, so I bet you could fit in another thin A5 notebook back there. However, when I tried to fit in like the daily one, it fit, but it was a little tighter. But I mean, it does fit. So if you had like a dot grid notebook, or if you had the Reflections toolkits, things like that, they will fit in there. Also, if you like took these out and did it like that, it will fit nicely in there, you know? So this is the accessory caddy. It is my favorite item in the launch because it is so versatile and just honestly convenient. I feel like I can put all my Makselife stuff in here and just go about my day. I did ask on social media if there was anything anybody wanted to see, and somebody had asked me if this Makselife pen pouch fits in here, and it won't fit in the compartment, unfortunately, but if you, I mean, it really depends what you put in here, but if you stuck this in here and then put the flap over, it does work. So if you have this pouch already, let me repeat that. If you have this already or you want to buy it, it does fit in here when you take out one of the little compartments, and you can fit it in here, and you can still fit, you know, stuff around it and next to it. So that's really exciting to see because you can put all of your Makselife things that you have in one area, and it's really compact and portable then. All right, there are several other accessories that are launching, but the last one I have to show you is the new planner folio. I have this in cream, but it also comes in a midnight navy, which is a navy color. It's darker than this one, but they're exactly the same, just the color's different. Each of them are going to be $58, and they are mighty and fierce. So first things first, very, very smooth texture. It does have an adjustable strap. You can see here it's elastic and it's got some stretch. I'm really pulling here, and then it has two different buttons, so you can button here or button here. There is some foam that comes with it, but this is kind of the view from the bottom when it's empty. You can see there's a pocket here. Here's a view from the top. There's also a pocket on the back, and this pocket goes all the way down, okay, all the way down. So I'm thinking notebook, toolkits. We're just gonna like pack my folio with me right now, okay? So that fits in the back. When I open it up, I have a plethora of pockets, all right? Not only do we have this huge pocket here that goes all the way down on both sides, you have a pocket here that goes to the edge. There's a zipper that goes to the edge. You have several card slots. These go to the bottom. This one goes to the bottom. These two don't go quite to the bottom, and this one. Then this also lifts up, and it's a pocket here as well. So as you can imagine, you can fit so much stuff into this folio. I'm gonna just start by packing her up a little bit. So we already put two things in the back. The planner actually slides right in here like this, and then you could leave it like this, oopsie, and close it up. Look, I even have to go to the second button. Here's how it looks like. I'm gonna take these out so you can see what it looks like with the planner only. Okay, she's thick, I'm not gonna lie, but great. Then you can use this zippered pocket for your Moxie dot markers. I'm also gonna put my Moxie highlighters in there. All right, so those fit in there. And let's again close her up so you can see I'm still on the second one here. A little bulkier, but you have like 18 markers in there. There's also a pen loop here, a double pen loop, so you can put two pens in here. One on this side. And then you could put another one right here. Let's do my glue pen. Oops, I completely missed. Then you have all this other space. So I'm gonna put in my bookmark. I'm gonna put it here. Actually, I'm gonna put it at the top. And I still have so much room. It's definitely gonna be portable and easy to take on the go. Feels really durable. Like it's soft, but you can tell the stitching is really high quality in it. I'm taking all this out as I'm talking, but you can tell the stitching is really high quality. The zipper is nice. It's flexible but sturdy at the same time. It's not super floppy. Like this is a little, there's something in there. I don't know what, but something. To make it sturdy. I don't like it when the folios are like super bleh. If you have one of the old folios, this is softer than this. So this is one of the petite or A5 folios, but this one is a softer material. It's still firm though. This is easy to flip and like write right on. Oh my goodness, yeah, this is an incredible product. So if you have specific questions about the folio, please let me know and I can answer those before launch day. But this thing kind of speaks for itself. It is super soft, super portable, and can pack so much into it. There's just a lot of different compartments, and I think my favorite part is the fact that the strap is expendable and super stretchy. I'm looking here, and again, the seam looks really good, so it doesn't look like it's going to bust very quickly. And even with the double pen loop, like, looks really good. I'm gonna accidentally write on it and see what happens, because if you're anything like me, you're a little messy sometimes. Wiped right off. Amazing. Love that as well. All right. This is super chic. The other thing I like about this is that it is obviously a Makselife product, and I don't have any shame in like toting my Makselife products, but I do like it to be super clean. And aside from this embossing at the back, there's really nothing on here. So I could personalize this with stickers, patches, and I could keep it plain, and I just really love that for me. Like, I love having the options to do whatever I want. Makselife is full of options, and so I love that. So this is going to be a hit, I'm sure. I love the cream color. This is, again, I'm not using any lighting or fancy filters, so this is pretty true to color what you're getting in my kitchen at 10 a.m. So this is what it's going to look like in your hands too. All right, so that is pretty much it for this launch. Like I said, there are several other accessories launching. I don't have them all, but there are so many good things to choose from. I'm personally super excited about this caddy and the vertical planner. Don't get me started on the interchangeable covers, because those are super good too, and I am so excited to use the planner for next year. Like I said, tune into the team at Makselife. They are going live today, this evening, and also make sure that you are prepped for launch with the date, October 22nd, and my affiliate link and code is in the description box if you want to use that to get a discount, and also helps me out a little bit as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know this was a long one, but there was lots to show. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will catch you in my next video.